Now, taking a look here at the Unleashed event for the Zerouno, just to get the blueprints for it. Just these cars basically fall into two categories: the Jaguar F Type and the Maserati, which can't really drift and like dodge through this track as easily, and then the Viper and the H2 Speed, which both like drift machines. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like do a run through with each one of those cars and just kind of point out the pathway that I'm taking. Admittedly, I've got really well tuned versions of these. 3 of them are at gold here, but at the same time I'm gonna give a run through my pathways, and hopefully you can see what you might be able to do yourselves with these cars. So yeah, this Jaguar F Type, one of the main things about it is just a case of like not drifting. It's another one of these cars where you just have to resist the urge to hit the drift button in Asphalt, and like yeah, just trying to avoid the AI as much as possible when you're getting started here, and just head for the ramps here and give a thump of nitro to get this car really up to speed. Again here though, right, coming up to the end, just make sure not to hit a heavy drift in this car. Just like let it kind of drift around the corner with a regular turn. You'll notice yourself, if you put this into a drift, it's just going to shave off that speed right down to the 140 mark. So again here, careful, just leaning the car out. If you just watch my speedometer when I'm taking those corners, it's like you're going down to around 180 and then resuming that back up. And this car's nitro can deal with speed loss like that, but just nothing much more extreme, and definitely you don't want to be drifting in this at all. So yeah, 56 seconds, yeah, that's like a fair deal shy of the time for the Jaguar, but yeah, that's definitely like with a very heavily tuned version of that. But hopefully you can see the kind of pathway and how I'm like avoiding the major heavy turns with this one. But yeah, that's the Jaguar. 56 seconds, not too bad. Breaking out my gold Dodge Viper then in that case, and like I said, this car is this car and the H2 Speed are two where like you should have a little bit less trouble with this course. The only problem with these two cars is going to be the fact that like their top speed isn't exactly great, especially on the Shanghai courses, which tend to have fairly long straights. So yeah, you're going to want to get it airborne a little bit more. If you notice with that F Type, I avoided the ramp completely for the barrel rolls, not the first one to get the car up to speed, but just that middle stage ramp, and just avoided that. But yeah, here again with the Viper, like I was saying, yeah, you can get this car up to like the 250 mark in the air, but flatland even with nitro states on like 197. So definitely like this is a car which benefits from some air time slightly more than the Jaguar, so make use out of those ramps. And it can actually drift a small bit because it's got nitro to regain that speed. So just again, like you want to keep this car in nitro state for as long as possible. Even lower tuned versions of this car can still like maintain a fairly decent like run of nitro, and just gently put it in towards the point it towards the finish line, and yeah, blast towards that ramp to fire towards it. 58 seconds, so like that is with a gold version of that car, but that's 4 seconds to spare over the actual yeah, that's 4 seconds to spare over the time required. Now H2 speed time, and again this is a gold rated version. This car needs the 1 minute even time with this, and like I said, like the H2 and the Viper, they've got the handling, but they do have that issue with the fact that like their top speed is not great. This is one AI, get out of the way. But yeah, throw this car, definitely make use out of that nitro power and throw it airborne as much as possible. And this car's drift is pretty awesome as well. Like it's definitely far more capable of taking a bit of drifting than the F Type and the Maserati. But yeah, like just ever so carefully throw the butt of the car around the corners, and yeah, you can get it back up to the max speed straight away here. And again, like the only issue with this one is the fact that like yeah, the top nitro speed of 205 miles an hour even at gold, like I know that's not that much faster than most of the lower tuned versions of this, but still it is a case of long straights and a low top speed is really a bad combo. But yeah, that's like 2.5 seconds to spare. So yeah, you'd be looking at definitely being able to do that with a mid-range tuned version of the H2 Speed. And finally then the Maserati. This car handles very much like that F-Type Jag. The Jag. Or yeah, but you want to be basically avoiding drifts as much as possible. Just keep the car straight and like just make massive use of this car's top speed is awesome, but like I said, just don't be drifting with this thing and you should be okay. Just blast the nitro. What? Yeah, we're gonna blast the nitro up the middle of this king, and yeah, like the cruising speed of this at 208 without even bringing it into a nitro state, like that's way faster than that Viper and the H2 Speed. It's pretty it's a shame that like its handling on corners is way worse, but at the same time, like once you get this into that, yeah, just a max speed even without nitros, like I said, there's 208 miles an hour, like blistering fast. And yeah, point it towards the finish line and blast the nitro to send this towards the line. Yeah, 2.5 seconds ish to spare, but yeah, you should be able to, like I said, just as long as you avoid drifting with the Maserati and the F Type, you shouldn't be in too bad as a place with those cars to get into the times required on this. It is just a case of like they don't handle drifting and stuff really well, but at the same time, like the Maserati and F Type are just two types of car where you just have to focus on that top speed and try and ignore the fact that they really don't handle corners very well. So hopefully if you see there just how I kind of like ease it and be very gently kind of like drifting it into corners. I mean drift, I mean just kind of like leaning the car into corners without pressing the drift button. No drifting. Adding this on to the end to finish off this running entirely. But yeah, just for any of the people as well, by the way, who pointed out that they've changed and fixed the bug with painting a car. Slight spoiler there in the fact that you can see the carbon fiber and stuff that's applied to that one, but yeah, no, they completely haven't. So yeah, if you do that thing where you come in and look at the car in the garage still, go up to your club name, click club race, create again, and go to your car which has your design that you like to use. So like with me, I always use the H2 Speed. It's just one that seems to be universally accepted onto the other cars, and just going to look at the visuals for that, and then yeah, clicking all the way back. It still works even with the latest patch. So I see some people commenting on the one or two of my videos that like that was fixed, but yeah, no, it still comes up the exact same way and messes up your Italdesign Zerouno there and dropped in the H2 Speed in there. Because yeah, Gameloft just hadn't seemed to be able to fix that one just yet, which is kind of cool as a glitch to have in the game. So it does allow us to yeah, recolor cars where you haven't quite got them up to the level where you can apply those nice rims and such. And can't click on a car to look at it though, because that's something you can only do in handheld right now, but still you can definitely repaint these cars still. Now, so I just wanted to tack on the Zerouno run here at the end with a 1-star version of this car. Slight spoiler in my tokens at the end as to how bad unlocking this and bringing it to 2 stars was, but this is actually the car at 2234, which is the 1-star max tuning, just to kind of knock out that epic import part run using the 1-star version of the Zerouno. Now again, I know that this car is currently at yeah, the 2-star mark, but it is not touched since it was at 1-star, because I just wanted to make sure that the contest and the yeah, that this was doable in a 1-star version of this car. So yeah, like it's definitely one that's not easy. This is the second run I'm taking at this, just that I wrecked in the first one during the barrel roll, but just trying to avoid the AI as much as possible and gain enough nitro that you can just, yeah, imperfect into the barrel roll ramp here and get the car up to max speed. Now This has kind of got really nice-ish actually top speed. You just have to be very careful to avoid losing it by grass and don't hit the ramps and stuff if you don't have nitro. Definitely, just you can like ease this car around all these corners. Just lightly tap on the stick. Just do not drift in this car because you will just lose way too much speed. Just that cruising speed at 206 is more than capable of getting this time knocked out, like. So just again really carefully around that corner, onto the ramp, imperfect nitro. Yeah. And like I had a fair idea that it was going to be possible. So that 206 mile an hour top speed, that's pretty good. And yeah, that's like 300 milliseconds to spare. I mean, that's tons of time in this game. But yeah, it's possible to get that epic import part at a 1-star version of this car. Not that you're going to need the epic import part at 1-star, but still, it's nice to have it now and bank it just for later on down the line if you're going to be tuning up that car maybe during one of the other events. But I said I'd just tack this one on here and yeah, kind of show the pathway that I was taking with the 1-star version just to completely cover all 5 cars that are used in this Unleashed event. But hopefully you guys have found this video somewhat useful. There's my sub button up there over my head. I appreciate that so much, guys, for anyone who clicks on it or else leaves comments or even just a thumbs up on any of my video. I appreciate all of those. And yeah, I've got other videos here and trying to keep on top of all the events in Asphalt 9 Legends, as well as some other indie games up top right there. Alright guys, good luck, drive safe, happy hunting.